everyone, I'm Molly here with Rose City RV of Michigan, and today we're going to take a look at the 2026 Palomino 2901 hardside truck camper. So is this the correct model for you, you may ask? Here are 5 key specifications to help you decide. This model can sleep up to 4 people, has a weight of 3,037 pounds, has a floor length of 9 feet with an exterior length of 18.4, has a height of 9 feet 9 inches, and it fits a 3/4 ton 6'6" box or a 8-foot box. So let's take a look inside. Okay, so welcome inside. Obviously truck campers are fairly small inside, so there's not a lot of room, so hopefully you can see a lot. Just looking at the kitchen here, which we'll start, we've got our microwave, range, fan, and vent with the light built in there. We also have a real oven in these with a 3-burner cooktop on top, and these are Suburbans. These are a newer design. Ovens are pretty small, but not a lot of space, so at least you get one. Nice drawer underneath of here, so they're giving you as much space as they can with what they've got. Nice adjustable shelves in there with a closet hanger as well, so you can use that for kitchen or for clothes. So that's nice that that's versatile, and then nice big drawers there. Underneath of that, we've got our converter, so all of our fuses and our breakers will be located right here. Next to that, we have our CO2 and propane detector. Moving up the wall here, we have our monitor panel, our water heater selection, our furnace, thermostat, dimmer lights. So this is going to be for our furnace. Little selection here, kick that on. Then we have our on-demand water heater here, so you can set the controls here for what temperature you would like. Then we have a little dimmer here. If you hold that, it'll dim that light down, and it'll allow that kick light. I don't know if you can kind of see that, it's probably hard to see, but now we're dimmer there just kind of as a night light, so when you get out of bed, let's say in the middle of the night, you can get to the bathroom. And you don't have to have that on full blast there. Then we have our main light switches, our water pump, and our awning controls right here with our monitor panel. So really nice all in one place. Tank sizes on this will be 20 gallon fresh, 20 gallon gray, 45 fresh, and 20 black, and then 30 pounds of propane. So, lots of tank space here, especially gray. I was surprised, or freshwater, I was surprised to see it's 45 gallons, but that's really nice, so you can carry or getting into the backwoods or wherever you're going, you have that ability to store some water. Then we have a wet dry bath in this, so we'll get to that on our way out. I'm going to show you the bedroom area. Oh, we don't want to skip the dinette here. This pulls out. If you wanted to sleep 2 additional people here, you can. This little thing pulls out. These pedestal bases, pops right up. These are nice aluminum structures. You can adjust that. So you can sit here comfortably, or you could sleep somebody. That just pulls out, like I said, and this cushion drops down in there, and then this whole area would be a bed space if needed. Typically, these are couples coaches, but hey, you have the option. You can put somebody there if you want to. Then we have the MCD roller shades here. So these are nice there, sleek looking balance, and then frameless windows on these, so you got the cranks there. Moving up into the bedroom area, you can see that we do have quite a bit of space here. We got some room for our TV, radio underneath of there. Light switch here is going to be for the kitchen area. Light switch on the other side is going to be for the roof here, the roof lights here. And then they also give you speakers, and you can see that nice big max fan there. That baby moves a ton of air in a truck camper. That is an awesome feature. Okay, so this one's optioned without air, kind of keep the cost down, but also a lot of times truck campers, your places where you're not going to use air conditioning. So we've got these nice vents. We call these poor man air conditioners. You turn that baby on, you kick that window open. And you will have plenty of air movement there. So we got a little storage there, a nice little wraparound table with some ambient lighting in there, and then that front window. Power supplies on each side of the bed, as well as some reading lights, as you can see there, so that's nice too. And then next to that, we've got our cabinets here for some more clothes storage. That does have a hanging rod bar in there, so you can hang some clothes in there if need be. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the inside. As you can see here, lots of kitchen space for how small this is. Big sink. There's my hand for reference. So big sink, 3 burner, and then oh, I don't want to skip this full size fridge, which is nice. This is going to be a 11 cube or 10.7, I think they actually are, but either way, full size. And I will say that the option to open on both sides in a lot of RVs is not really something that is actually that nice, but in a truck camper it is huge. When you're accessing the kitchen, you can open up from here. You're getting this loaded. You can open it from that door side. It's just really nice to have both options, and the freezer works the exact same way. So we definitely like that in the truck camper. As you can tell, this is going to be a little bit of a narrower hallway, just because of what it is. So being able to open it on both sides is really nice. More storage here. Kind of going in on our way out there. And then we have our wet bath here. So we have a little storage here. This is kind of what our wet bath is going to look like. We've got our toilet in here, our drain down there, drain pan, a little compartment there so you can get access to that. Sink, and then shower curtain, which I think is a little redundant. You have a wall here, a door here. I don't know why you would want that. I guess so you don't have spray water everywhere. That would definitely be nice. And then we have our vent fan with the built-in light there. So that's nice. You can draw that air out. Also have a skylight, so if you're tall, you got somewhere to put your head with a nice vanity there for some sink storage, and a ton of counter space in here, actually. So there's my hand for reference, but a lot of space there. So really a decent size bathroom, if you ask me. But let's go check out the outside. Okay, so starting right here in the back, the first thing you see here, we got this large bumper. So this is an added accessory. We option this on. You can get them with or without. They've got some storage right here. So you can put stuff in there as well for exterior. Got a little flip down, so you don't have to worry about adding the additional step like you do on a lot of truck campers. So that's nice. We also have a little compartment here, which is where you can get to your tanks. That's where your gate valves are. That's where we have the remote control stored there for the power jacks. This has 4 power jacks all the way around. So this little remote right here allows you to run each one individually to get it leveled up, or run them all together to get that on and off the truck, to make that as simple as possible. So that's nice. And then we have our dual awning. So you're gonna have a rear awning and you're gonna have a side awning. So it's nice to have one over the door and on that campsite side. So as you can see, we've got some lighting on here, right there. So that's cool. Gives you a little light next to your door. Then we have, like I said, the power jacks. And looking back here, we also have our little 12-volt light there, so you can get some lighting on the rear. So this little hatch here is going to be electrical to the back side of the fridge there. It's kind of nice that they do that, so you can get access if need be, if that ever shook loose. Very simple. You can just hook those back up. You don't have to worry about pulling that fridge out of the hole. So that's definitely nice. Then we have our furnace exhaust here, so just be careful we don't put anything in front of that. This is going to be our tie down, nice and sturdy, tied right into the aluminum structured frame. That's where you're going to tie down to the tow vehicle. This is just a little side hatch so you can get into the back of your truck right there. People like to store stuff there. This is a awning foot bracket, because this is a Thule crown awning, which is like a wind out awning. But these are actually power now. So that's nice. Then we have 2 12-volt outside speakers, frameless windows. Then we have, just kind of looking at the top from this way, you can see they run a nice gutter rail up the top, so that's not dripping on you on the campsite side. Up underneath of the cab over section, we have our freshwater drain access right here, so that's what those are. And then we have our Renogy lithium battery stored here with extra space, so you can add additional if you're interested. Moving over here, I like how they put all this stuff right on the driver's side too. A little spot for your 7-way plug, battery disconnect switch so you can turn them on and off easily. Then we have a little spot where if the battery is dead, you can hook up a jump pack or whatever straight outside without having to get. Now, this one has a nice hatch for the battery. A lot of times the batteries are underneath the steps inside, so you're not able to get to them, so that's why they put these on here. This one's not so bad, but it is nice that they offer you that. And then our 7-way plugs, that plugs into here and then plugs into your tow vehicle to give you all the lights. And then jack hookup, obviously. And then that's going to be some lighting for the front. So lighting right there for your front side there. Then we have our freshwater connection, our city water connection. If the campground that you're at has city water connection, a lot of times people are using potable water with this. Then we have our on-demand water heater. So you're gonna have that, and then the controls were inside like I showed you with the main control switch right here. So you gotta have that on for that to power up inside. Then we have some outlets outside along with our cable satellite port hookup. So if the campground you're at offers that, you can hook straight up to that. Power hookup, 30-amp power hookup. We have, that's their microwave vent hood range there. And then our propane tank and our outside shower or spray port that's going to give you hot and cold outside. So you can take an outside shower if you're interested. With truck campers, that's a popular thing considering a lot of times, like I said, you're off grid on your own. One 30-pound propane tank, which should be plenty. The furnaces in these will cook you out. And then additional storage there that goes into the back of your truck when you're loaded up. So that's gonna do it for the 2901. These just showed up. Truck campers have been really hot lately. Let us know if you have questions or if there was something we missed.